watching
Alrighty.
on YouTube.
Who's
hello.
here?
Who we got? Hello, everybody. Pips. We're early, but so we'll see.
We've
if we
got
beat everybody here.
Sean and Logan and Gilda and Helena
And Susan.
Susan. Okay.
Hey. Well, they don't know we're talking yet because we just appeared there.
Oh.
So there you go. They'll be. Well, yes. There's a slight lag.
There's a lag?
There's a lag.
There's a slight delay?
A slight delay. There's a slight delay. So there you go. And hello. Oh gosh, there's lots of people. Hello,
Peeps on TikTok land.
Angelica, Kathy, Patty, Excango, if I'm saying that wrong, right, or whatever. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Cass. Well, good morning, everybody. Oh, she's in Colorado Springs. What a say.
Nicole.
Ooh, a say. Hello, Nicole.
Colorado must be nice.
Well, I don't know. It might be chuffing warm this time of year.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know. Oh. So, hello, everybody. So, it's been a hell of a year so far this last week, isn't it?
Oh, my goodness. And I have to say again, we've not seen nothing yet.
We ain't seen nothing yet.
The next few months are just going to be so intense.
But baby, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah,
no, it's crazy mad, busy, crazy. Thank you everybody who came out to join us at our Psychotic Fair on Saturday and supporting our bake sale with Linda's luscious cookies because they are absolutely lovely.
They were lovely.
They are. They're very, very nice. She makes them with all beautiful organic
Good
ingredients.
noon, Shauna.
Hello, Shauna. How you doing? Yeah, good noon to you as well. So,
Hi,
welcome.
Wendy.
Oh, hello, Wendy. Gosh, the gang is all here. Or, not all the gang, but some of the gang.
Oh, yes.
Do please mash.
Whoa, Sean has been a member
Mate,
for 12 months.
Congratulations. Well, has anybody else done 12 months? Perhaps, I'm sure a lot of people, because
I think
we must
so.
have had membership for 12 months now.
Yeah, I think it was this time last year when we were trying to work on that and merchandise and all that good stuff. But anyway.
Speaking of manifesting, Celtica. Let's manifest that.
So the first thing, we're getting started today, before I get into a deep dive, I thought I'd ask a question.
Ask a question.
And see if somebody knows, because the question came up a few minutes ago. Hi, Carol. And I can't remember. So you know how when Al Gore ran for president, and then it ended up that the Supreme Court chose W. When the vice president is running for president, who presides over the senatorial electoral college count?
On or about January the 6th.
Right.
Because that would be the...
Who officially counts the votes if the vice president is one of the candidates? Is there a conflict? Is there something written in the Constitution? I didn't have time to go look. And I'm really curious about that, because that the Electoral College, I think, is going to be a big, interesting plane of contention.
Jamie Raskin, if you happen to be watching, we watch you. We'd love it if you watched us. Jamie Raskin, if you happen to be watching, because you know your constitutional law, I would love to know the answer to that question.
Well, I can't remember. All I remember about the Bush-Gore thing was the dramatic, Electoral College stuff.
I know.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Anne-Marie. Hi, Jess. Woohoo. Good morning. Hello.
I believe Jessica's just got a kayak.
I saw.
I'm not envious at all.
I'm scared of drowning. I have water
come on.
Anyway.
You can swim.
Yeah. But not with my head underwater.
You just roll it the other way up. They teach you how to do that.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. So I thought for a little bit of fun, since we're kind of dipping into politics and
for fun
with our astrology, we've been talking about Al Ghul and all that fun stuff.
Al Ghul.
And realized that Al Ghul is going to be where it is.
Well, it's going to be where it is. It's a fixed star.
Right. Uranus is going to be on Al Ghul.
I'm with you.
For quite some time, because it moves, Uranus moves, and then it's going to retrograde, and then it's going to move again. So we're going to be feeling this kind of expect the unexpected, don't lose your head. There's going to be challenge. of people trying to kind of like stress you out. What do they say? Get your goat.
The greatest of all time.
Yeah, and
No, that's not what we mean.
President pro tem of the Senate.
And
Thank
who would
goddess.
who would that be?
Chuck Schumer.
No, pro temp is the person who's actually presented who would do that. Who in the current lineup would take that role, Sean?
Would it be Harry Potter? I mean, would it be the Speaker of the House, or would it be the leader?
He looks like Harry Potter.
Would it be the next in line in the Democratic Party because they are? It's a Democratic government, or would it be the next in line to the presidency, which would be Speaker of the House? This was my question. President pro tem of the Senate. That.
Well, yeah, because I mean that's the vice president's role typically during that thing. But if the vice
president is one of the candidates, can they Can they preside over the Electoral College count? And if not, does it default to the Speaker of the House or to Chuck Schumer?
One vault available in 7. I have no idea what that means. Apparently we have a vault available on TikTok. If you know what that means, can you tell us?
Patty Murray.
That's it. We have a vault.
Patty Murray?
Patty Murray? Okay. And I don't know who Patty Murray is. Thank you for that. It's always good. Thank you for taking on the role of Jamie Raskin.
Why wouldn't it be Chuck Schumer if he's the...
No, it's the pro tem. It's somebody who's put in specifically for that purpose, not the leader of the Senate.
Okay.
It's not the
Patty
majority
Murray.
leader
Okay.
or the minority leader.
All right. Well, I'm going to go look up Patty Murray when this show is done.
Third in line to the president behind VP.
Is Speaker of the House.
Yes, it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So would he preside, or would the...
Or was that when Patty Murray was in Al Gore's administration? I don't know. He may be talking about that. There's so much lag, we can't figure it out.
Anyway,
So it would be
I'm going to
Harry
have to
Potter.
go.
Oh,
That's one of the
kinda
things
worrying.
that I have to research at some point before next week. So that's fun. So,
Hello, Peggy. Peggy's joined the sweep team.
hi, Peggy. I'll put you on this
welcome,
for a
welcome,
card.
welcome. I saw you the other day. Somebody came up to me. Oh, you Anton? I thought, well, might be.
We're infamous now.
Who's asking?
All right. So what do you want to hear first? Do you want to hear the astrology for the new moon, or do you want to see my tarot card picks for political people? What do you want to do first? Do you want to hear the astrology for the new moon, or do you want to see the cards I picked for political people?
Who do we want to know? What do
I
we
don't
want to
know.
Oh, somebody's saying new moon on the top of tick. And hi, I was fired from my job. Will I get it back? I'm so sorry you're fired from your job. I don't know. If you want a reading on the TikTok, you have to send us a gift of some kind. All right?
I think you will get a job, but I don't think you're going to get that job back, if that helps you. All right.
All right.
The Constitution instructs the Senate to choose a president pro tem for the time being, signaling that the position was originally conceived as a temporary replacement.
Are you doing tarot for the couch, man?
Yes. All right. Well, first I will do the new moon because we have
Jessica
2 votes
says
for new moon.
So we got 2 votes. We'll do the new moon, and off you go, boss.
All
I'll
right.
shut up.
So the new moon is obviously going to be in Leo, right? Because we all know that the new moon is in the same sign as the sun, which will be at 12 degrees Leo. Leo, did you see me? Oh, Leo. Anyway.
What can I say?
So what we know about Leo is that they're very creative people. They are the actors, and they are adaptable. Now, I want to be sure and state that this does not mean they are two-faced in any way. It means that they can relate on many different levels. Right? Like if a Leo could go to a country and western bar and in ripped jeans and fit in and have good conversation and, line dance and be all...
Well, I don't know about the line
Well,
dance.
anyway. And adjust their vocabulary to get along with that group of people. And then Leo could, dress to the nines and go to a debutante's ball and adjust their vocabulary to relate to those people. So it isn't necessarily that they're pretending or acting. It's that they have a vast understanding of how to relate.
Adaptability. And somebody there, is it Menda? Hello, Menda. She's a Leo, apparently. If, she or he or they, I don't know, because it could be anything. Maybe you're adaptable.
Anna Marie says, yes, we always fit the part. Yes, but again, I just want to make sure that people understand this isn't about being fake. It's about adapting.
Can I just say this much?
Sure.
If I would. As speaking as a Leo with some experience in this matter, I don't think we're plastic people. All right? No. But we do. We're the, if you will, the consummate host would be the way. And, like the Queen, for example, when some dignitary from a foreign country picked up the finger bowl and actually drank from it, so did the Queen. And so in a similar way that I would try to make whoever it is I'm with feel comfortable, by doing my best to understand their interests, take a real interest in what it is they're talking about and listen intently and perhaps, throw in a bit of a comment here and there if I can be of use. But I wouldn't be like, peering down my nose at anybody, even if we're of completely different ilk, what is it they say? It's nice to be important, but it's far more important to be nice. And I think that's the kind of thing. There are some people who are arrogant and conceited, but I don't think Leo is a sign that's given to that. They're show-offish, definitely.
I don't know. I have Leo rising, and I tend to...
It doesn't make you arrogant at all.
We are the modern-day shapeshifters. For the good.
Well, yes, I think so, perhaps. Anyway, moving on. I'll shut up now.
All right.
I had to defend the Leos, of course.
So, now, when we look at Magick, a lot of time Leo is said to be the barren sign, right? They say that Leo, because the Leo full moon is going to come in the middle of Aquarius somewhere, which is, you can't really do much other than plan.
Ah, yes.
So the new moon is a great time to set an intention or set a plan. And I think that because of everything that's going on, this is a great time to set an intention for creativity.
Oh, yes.
Right? What is it that you want to put in motion? What is it that you want to scrutinize, organize, communicate, and deliver?
Well, that would be Celtica, and Celtica.
We'll use the new moon to manifest a way for you to get on that path that's going to bring to you what it is you want. So there's a lot of other things going on. I think some of you have probably heard 8-8 Lion's Gate. And that section of energy is activated when the Earth and the Sun transit Sirius and Orion. And we, as pagans, celebrate that 15 degrees Leo energy as our Gwal-Aust, our Feast of August, or Lunisad.
It's that golden regal time.
And this is also a time that kind of illuminates leadership, which Leos are very good leaders. All right. And I, for some reason, think that there's going to be some interesting information coming forward about the Sphinx.
Interesting.
I think they're going to redate it or have a deeper look at that.
Interestingly, I read an article, and just aside, in Popular Mechanics, just like
Popular Mechanics.
I read that stuff. I do.
Okay.
But it's what on Apple News. It's one of those magazines because they have scientific articles and it's good. And they reckon that the pyramids were constructed using hydraulics.
Well, there was information that the Sphinx was sitting near the edge of water and it's eroded from water.
Well, part of that was they were saying that they also they purified their water to use in hydraulics, so nothing gummed up as well. So they had like sedimentation ponds, which is really, really cool. Like I think we've forgotten.
There's
how
so much we do not
knew.
know.
How much we knew. Yeah.
All right. So we have some interesting stuff that I want to talk about anyway. So you remember we said that Mars had moved off that conjunction, and Mars was no longer at the late degree of Taurus, triggering Uranus and Al Ghul. So Mars has kind of, we'll call it sped off. Mars has sped off into Gemini. And if we think about the energy of Gemini, right? Gemini is that fast talker that kind of articulates very well, and
social butterflies.
They can talk with their hands and they gesticulate and they get everybody excited and things are starting to move and we're going to get going and oh my gosh, so we're going to see that push of Mars saying, hey, listen, I got some downloads for you, and you have to listen and be very, very forceful with information. And we also have a little bit of a challenge in that Venus is going to square Uranus, right? So Venus is at 26 degrees Leo.
Squares are never good, are they?
Uranus is at 26 degrees Taurus on Al Ghul. So again, we're going to be thinking about how not to lose our head, right? There's going to be some challenges regarding currency and banking.
Oh God!
Yeah, more of that bizarre. You might find that ATMs don't work so well. There may be glitches with your accounts, so you really want to kind of look at that, especially this week of the new moon.
Isn't Mercury retrograde as well?
Well, I'll get to that.
Oh no. Should I run away now? Run away!
But yeah, there is Mercury retrograde. But I really just want to tell people that you may want to keep some cash on hand so that you don't have these challenges to deal with electronics.
Yes, if all of a sudden your card ain't working, it's probably useful just to have a little bit of cash.
I'm not saying run to the bank, take all your money out.
See that? Some person just said I had a glitch in my bank account, got $40 back. Well, that's good.
That's good.
That's good. And so, hello, wild boy who's brand new here. Well, thank you for being brand new.
Take all of our cash out and invest in tinfoil. No, I'm not saying take all of your cash out.
Why do you call it tinfoil when it's aluminium?
I'm just saying, have a little cash on hand for groceries or gas or things that are run by computer systems, because we have Mercury retrograde and we have Venus square Uranus, and there may be issues with global banking, global trade, global travel, that kind of thing. All right.
I'm going to take that to heart, because I realise I very seldom have cash in my wallet, because I just, I use my watch. I use my watch to pay, you still have to pay the damn bill, unfortunately. But yeah, so yeah, what if low on gas and, I just...
Right.
Nothing works.
And the pump isn't taking credit cards or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that you have
don't need to carry thousands.
Panic. This is not about panic. This is about the Leo new moon energy of being prepared, right? That's organizing yourself and being able to adapt. All right. So what I want to say is, we as spiritual people certainly want to think globally, what is best for our community, what is best for our country, what is best for the planet. But we also really need to act more locally, right? Meaning, is there something that you're purchasing through your computer online that you could instead purchase locally?
At a store such as the Owenna shop?
No, and help the planet.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right?
No, I do.
No, I'm not being funny. I know you're...
No, I was being flippant.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, like, you know, people even now get their groceries online. And, you know, maybe you're having some stuff delivered that if everything is interrupted for a small period of time, you know, either order more now or be prepared to find a place to get it locally. Whatever it is.
Yes.
Perfect time for my grand opening. Absolutely. All right. Now, you're also going to see that there's sort of a movement that allow us for a time, especially during this new moon in a couple of weeks, to manifest what we want and to be a little more creative, right? Leo is a very creative sign. It's a very color-loving sign. It's a very vibrant energy sign. It's that fixed fire. So you could make some choices for yourself that others might think don't fit with the norms. Well, that isn't logical, or that isn't what everybody else would do. And that's fine. It's not what everybody else would do. It's what you would do. So what is it that you want to manifest? What is it that you want to focus on? And keep in mind that, and it harm none, right? Because whatever it is you're focusing on, you'd like to focus on it for yourself without harming anybody else. And I always say, remember, the universe is joyfully abundant. Just because you're focusing on achieving or receiving something, you're not taking it away from somebody else. The universe is joyfully abundant. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So these breaking through the norms energy. Hi, Savannah. Breaking through the norms energy is what we're hosting right now.
Right.
And we still have Pluto at 0 degrees Aquarius. And I said, kind of do your research and look backwards. Remember empirical evidence, what was going on in the late 1700s, what was going on in the 1500s, what was going on in the 1200s. And each of these times, humanity was evolving for humanity, right? And, economic systems were growing. Humanity was growing for humanity. So think about that.
That's when the good stuff happens, isn't it? I don't know. Something just happened there. I don't know what it was.
I can't do TikTok.
But it's all good. No, when we do good, when we work to develop humanitarian things, when we start, you know, being the bridge, reaching out, offering to help and support, rather than, you know, divide, polarize, and point and say they're the trouble. These are the people. I'm sorry if I'm going tangential for a second here, but last night I watched again the last episode of Masters of the Air, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's really poignant, very beautifully,
it's a
very
war
very well
kind
done.
Of series. I don't watch those.
It's about the 100th bomber group, I believe, in the Second World War, based in England, and flew precision bombing raids in Germany. But there's a really poignant bit where a Jewish guy, Rosie Rosenthal, who, you know, managed to survive pretty much all of the war without getting shot down, finally gets shot down on one of the last missions right towards the end of the war. Manages to save an awful lot of his crew by flying his plane to an area where they wouldn't fall into enemy hands, and himself then bails out, but he's in the no man's land between the Russian front and the German front. Fortunately, the Russians get him, not the Germans, and they managed to take him back through Poland, back to England eventually. But he finds himself when he leaves the convoy to stretch his legs for a bit. He's been hurt, he's been injured, and he wanders into Auschwitz, and it just like broke my heart what he saw there. And how can man be so inhumane to fellow man that you want to exterminate an entire race of people? I mean, where does that start? Where
Fear.
does it
They
start?
had to convince you that those people were the enemy so that you would fear them.
I know, but it starts with polarization.
As a society, listen though, right? You're seeing again this uprising of the same things that we had when Mars and Uranus were on Al Ghul the last time. I talked about that being the time of the war. You're seeing this great polarization, but this time we have other factors that are offering us a chance to move into love and leave fear behind.
Well, yeah,
and
absolutely.
I can see that there is a great personal drama happening with a lot of people who are so afraid that they're having a hard time figuring out how to live in love. And I'm going to tell you that this month, August, is going to be an intense push to really help you decide where do you stand and what do you stand for. And, this new moon is really important for you to move forward on your journey into a place that will work for you, not against you. But I will say this is not a time without great challenge, right?
Oh, yeah, no. I think you're right. And we feel it, at a local level as well.
At a personal level,
at a personal level,
community
that
level.
people just can't see eye to eye on things, But with respect to,
this has been
there's
happening.
not two sides to a lie.
All right,
There just
this has been
aren't.
happening a lot, and it's coming to kind of a crescendo. So I think that looking at the astrology, I think that you're going to start to see the shift in consciousness,
Right.
where people are going to be so tired of the drama and the hate and the divisiveness that they are going to start to want to move towards peace.
And hope.
And I think that this 12-degree Leo new moon is going to help people to meet others that shine, or at least shine a light, or offer a way for you to meet like-minded people that help you move forward on your quest. Okay? We also have an energy at work between Mars and Jupiter. It's a wide sextile, but it says, what is your truth? And what is the truth? Are you buying into a lie? Or are you living your truth? So this is happening with all the other things we talked about: Mercury retrograde, Pluto in Aquarius, Uranus on Al Ghul, and now we have this configuration of a sextile, although it's wide, between Mars and Jupiter. We know Mars moves much faster, so the sextile is going to get stronger. And Mars says, what's the truth? Let's move fast. Let's pump out tons of information. And Jupiter says, cool, I want to expand on that. I want to take your data dump of information and I want to push it out and I want it to grow and I want things to be really crazy. And you're going to see some people that just are not going to be able to handle what's coming out.
Yeah.
Right? They're things are going to come out that are big, I think, this next month. And I think that the people who can't process it, who can't cope with it, people who can't process it, who can't cope with it, are going to really start to lash out, right? Because the global energies are this push for tons of information. Again, we are asked not to lash out, not to lose our heads, You're going to have this intense energy until the end of October.
Oh, man.
And then
Which puts us right into the election.
Uranus is going to move backwards after that. We're going to get that Uranus retrograde April and May of 2025. And it's just going to be very, very intense. Hi, Laura. I'm sorry you're having a rough day, but we'll get you a card later. So we're going to feel it for months. There's this dramatic shift in leadership, a positive push for peace and well-being.
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it?
And you are also going to get some announcements regarding health and health care. Mercury is retrograde in Virgo, sixth house stuff. So there's going to have to be a big discernment for you personally about your personal health and the health and well-being of family, community, and the globe. I mean, this new moon starts a cycle, right? A 28-day cycle of dramatic, dynamic, amazing, explosive stuff. All right? So there's this amazing expression of information and a challenge to you about how you're going to use it or process it personally, or how things are going to happen. The last thing I'm going to talk about astrologically is remind you of a previous show where we talked about the great conjunction or the grand conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, where I said this happens every 20 years for 200 years, and it's a 200-year section of time as it moves through the elements, and that the grand conjunction in Taurus 2020 was the final Earth one, and we moved into air. And on the winter solstice of 2020, we had that shift with the grand conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, which sets off a 200-year coming together of every 20 years. That cycle will be in air. I don't know if some of you remember back to that show, but we also have Pluto changing its 250-year cycle into Aquarius. And at that great conjunction or grand conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, which is again a trigger for the age of Aquarius, Pluto was only 7 degrees away. So, that's a wide conjunction, but nonetheless out of sign conjunction. Okay, so what we have happening this month, as Jupiter in Gemini and Saturn in Pisces are squared, it is the first aspect of those planets coming together again since that great or grand conjunction. So the first coming together is going to be a square. We know that squares are challenges.
It's like
we
walking
know
into
that
the corner of a table, isn't it?
Jupiter in Gemini says, what can we expand upon? Where is Mercury? Mercury's in Virgo. We can expand on health, mental health and well-being. And how can we do it? Saturn in Pisces, by saying focus on creativity, focus on your dreams, right? But the negative aspect of this square could be issues with water.
Oh dear.
Because
Lack of, too much. All of the above.
Earth events with water.
Dear, oh dear.
Earth events with water.
Like tidal waves and stuff.
But things are really going to happen in a positive way if we figure out how to use this energy, right? That's what astrology is for. What's happening and how can I use it? Think about what you want to manifest or start for this new moon, 12 degrees Leo. What do you want to have pushing you forward through that lion's gate, right? What information can you process and use for your own good? Right.
It's true when we talk about, in Craft of the Wise, we mention when we touch on astrology. We don't go into it big time.
Well,
but
we help it for magic. Yeah.
Yeah, but we basically say there is no such thing as a catastrophe, because you just got to adapt your magic to the available energies. There's always, it's a Yorkshire saying, I believe, but it's an ill wind that blows nobody any good.
Well, we're still feeling. Right now, we're feeling the energy of the Mercury retrograde. People are having difficulties communicating. They're having difficulty touching their own truth and feelings and expressing that. This is just going to be like one of the most intense months of the year. And then it's going to get even more entertaining as we go forward.
True, but positive sides of Mercury retrograde is a great time to reassess, reevaluate, redo, revisit, rethink. Refocus. Come back to stuff you've started and sort of got pulled aside from. It's a great time to go back to that.
Redo, reconstruct, anything you could put re in front of it. Reorganize, reevaluate. Mercury retrograde's great for that. But,
it is.
But this Leo new moon is about being creative and moving yourself forward. I think we all have a great opportunity here. We just have to recognize the biggest pitfall is not tempting yourself to get sucked into an argument, lose your head, or be...
Yeah, I mean, I've also...
Don't take the bait.
No, yeah, I mean, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day and I was trying to explain, sometimes when somebody is so entrenched in their belief that they can't see fact from fiction anymore, that they're completely, for want of a better word, utterly indoctrinated.
If your facts are fictional, you're going to hold on to your facts and you're going to fight for your facts. That's what this is saying. Except
it's like reasoning with a drunk person. They will refuse to accept any information at all. You might as well just bash your head against the wall. All you can do is take the keys off them. Make sure they don't drive.
Well, I'm telling you, we really have to do our due diligence to focus on peace and to focus on love and to be a guiding light. And to not get sucked into negative influences.
Oh, and there's an awful lot abounding at the moment. There's
a whole list. Go back and watch the beginning of the show. You're feeling that Mercury retrograde. We're coming into the Lion's Gate. There's all kinds of stuff. Drunk people are just big toddlers. You have to try to reason with the toddler, which means Leo says, figure out what their language is. Speak their language to them to help them to see the light. All right.
And in a world where you can be anything, be kind.
I am love, kind. I am light. I will keep my head on tight. Temper's lost, nothing gains. Calmless foes, peace remains. Yes. This is where we have to be, especially for this month. Absolutely.
Get your mantra going.
There's just that, we look at a piece of it. Oh, we've got a new moon. We look at a piece of it. Oh, we've got a square of Jupiter and Saturn. We look at a piece of it. Oh my God, Uranus is on El Ghul. Oh my God, Mercury's retrograde in Virgo. But when you put this whole thing together, it really is about communicating and not getting sucked into the stress.
It's okay if you were sleeping. Sometimes we need rest. It's okay, Your body.
This is it. It could, your alarm may not go off because that's a communication thing.
So there's quite a good few people joined us on the Tube of You and on the Tick of Talk I see as well. So we actually got quite an audience today for a change. Ha ha! How right. Wonderful. Do us a favour, mash the like button on the Tube of You. You haven't done that because I can see oh, thank you. Somebody just did. Okay. And if you want a reading on the Tick of Talk, if you were looking on the Tube of You, you'll see that everybody with a green thing is a channel member. They get readings, okay, and you can become a channel member on the Tick of Talk if you want, but I don't know how to do that, so you'll have to look it up. Or you can send us a gift of any kind of gift, and you'll get your name on the list for a one card reading. So you still have plans for today. Come on, don't get upset. Come on, you're all right. It's just, maybe you have to revisit those plans, readjust. It's okay.
Yeah, readjust, reorganize,
don't-
rethink. You'll get it.
Self-recrimination is not helpful. It's not.
All right. So I'm just quickly I'm not gonna read them. I'm just gonna show you the cards that I pulled for the 4 candidates, and I'm just gonna give like one quick little blurb, but it's not gonna go into a long reading. So I asked the cards to like show me the status, right? What is the status of J.D. Vance?
Oh dear.
Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. What is the status of Donald Trump? What is the status of Kamala Harris? I love that this is the cat card.
I saw my old soul card.
And what is the status of her vice presidential pick?
In the
Undecided.
air. Undecided.
All right, so
there
that's
you go.
that about that. I just thought they were very...
An affinity for the aquatic life.
Is there a circled September 6th?
I don't know. We'd have to get our.
I don't have my calendar. I don't think so.
If somebody's got a CEC calendar with them, can they just have
I know
a look
we're
and clue us in?
doing
'Cause
this coming Friday is Lunisad.
I can't remember a darn thing. So there.
Oust. All right.
I think Laura wants to come to Circle.
Well,
maybe.
she can.
Maybe she will. She's a fair ways away, if I'm not entirely mistaken.
We have people come from 2 hours.
Well, yeah, that's so it's not 3 days hard ride, is it? And you know what? It's worth it.
Is it? You think?
3 days hard ride, easily.
Yeah.
Easily
All right.
worth it.
All right, so
So we begin our readings.
notice that you have 20 minutes.
I will do my
1, 2,
bestest.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
It
You
won.
have 13 people to read for.
Who's first?
So you cannot spend 10 minutes on one person. You're first for Sean.
Not a sucky card, Sean. Not a sucky card at all. Lots of as yet unrealised potential with you, young sir. I think just, you do have the ability to think clean outside the box, which is good. It's really good. It's a great time for creativity right now. So do more of your creative thinking, and you may not have an exact idea of exactly where you're headed, but so long as you've got a rough bearing like this Dolman's telling you, then you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. So I see this as being a very what's the word? Like they say barren. I don't think this is barren. I don't know whether you've necessarily planted that yet, but maybe you need to plant even more pumpkins, bigger pumpkins, Rickenbacker, bigger.
To me, this is my like looking ahead, forward vision, planning for a bigger picture. So this is also obviously the page of coins. I think that you are going to see a big plan starting to unfold that will be part of your life for quite some time and allow you growth.
How about that then?
Hello, my friends. So good to see you both. I've missed you.
Oh,
we're here.
What a wonderful sentiment when Jessica said to Laura here.
If anybody understands it.
If anybody has got an angle on that, she says, just in case you guys, for the guys on the Talk of Tick as well, she says, sometimes what didn't work out for you really worked out for you.
You just didn't know it.
You just don't, I always say sometimes a kick up the ass is a step forwards. You just don't realise it at the time. But that's okay. That's okay. Right. So do tell your friends about us. Please share this.
This is for Logan.
Share, share.
Logan. I think this is about turning things around, right? We always say that there are these 3 cups that are spilled and 2 cups behind you that are still filled. And you can't do anything about what's past. The water that's run under that bridge, you can't change it. But you can walk away and work towards something that suits you better. So I kind of see this as breaking the norm and turning around and picking up both of those cups and becoming that healer of the temperance card with those 2 cups.
Yeah, she basically stole the words right out of my mouth, eh? So,
Must have been while you were kissing
and I knew she was
me.
going to do that as well. So, what are you going to do? It is what you focus on, mate, comes into focus. So, look at where you're looking right now, and maybe look at something more productive. It's okay, and regret, honestly, regret serves you not. You can't. Water is literally under the bridge. You can't change the direction of it. It's gone. It's moved. So whilst we can, carry stuff around with us, and you get hung up on things that have not panned out as well as we wanted in the past, or we're carrying some deep, emotional scarring or whatever the hell it is. You have to just let it go and refocus. And besides which, listen, a house on a hill with a river running past is a bloody good omen anyway. And we've got that bridge there, so this actually does not suck. And it's also your spirituality, I think, is a great source of comfort for you. So you're doing okay. You're in a place of recovery.
Well, that bridge is the same bridge that we see, that we talk about for Bron the Blessed.
It is.
Ben Bibont.
Avo Ben Bidbont. Yes, indeed.
All right, you're
Indeed.
first for Gilda.
Gilda. Oh, hey, that'll do. That doesn't suck, Gilda. This is a pretty good card, I can't pull this card out of the deck without looking at that whatever you call it, lazy eights. I can't. What's the name of it?
Limp Biscuit.
Limp Biscuit. The Limp Biscuit. You know what I mean.
Infinity.
Yes, that infinite sign above the head there shows that the universe literally has infinite resources available to you. All you have to do is align with that energy. And that's what the magician's doing. As above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. You can just bring it about simply by focusing on it and putting your energy there. It will come into being.
I'm going to say, Gilda, this is a message for you not to let this magic of the new moon pass you by.
What?
Sometimes we think we're going to do some magic or a spell, and then life is what happens to us while we're busy making other plans and we don't do anything. So I think try to put aside a little bit of time to do your manifesting for the new moon, and don't let it pass you by.
Sean, you made it in time. Welcome to our channel, Sean G, and especially welcome Juniper's Tarot and Astrology, whoever you are.
All
but
right.
apparently you know us, so I don't know.
I'm first
Maybe I know
for
you.
Helena.
Well, there you go. Helena. You're going to have to shuffle them up again now. You're throwing them around all the
Oh, well, you know what this is to me? This is the change of residence.
Is it now?
I see some growth on the housing front. Something positive for a change.
Oh, and again, did I mention in the last card a house on a hill with a river running past is a really good omen? Well, just so happens this is a palace on a hill with a river running past. And not only is there a river there, but there's also a weir, and that means you've got food too, So this is a damn good card. I think you expect to see something coming together on, as Lisa says, on the residence front for you.
All right.
All right.
You're first for Susan.
Am I? Okay.
Sean, only channel members get cards, though.
Or you can throw us a super chat if you don't want to be a channel member. You can do that. You know what? This is who? Sorry.
Susan.
Susan, opinions, they're like buttholes. Everybody's got one. And I think sometimes, people tend to overshare sometimes. Listen, my advice to you is separate yourself from the madding crowd. Far from the madding crowd, as they say. Find that place of inner peace and quiet. That place where you can just yourself contemplate and be still, Be still. In fact, I want to say, go to church. Your church is nature, so go immerse yourself in it. Go put your back against a tree. Just watch the clouds go by and just listen to the stillness.
All right, Susan. This is a strong message for organizing and prioritizing and getting some sort of routine for this month. Remember I talked about that square with Jupiter and Saturn in Gemini and Pisces. Well, the other two mutable signs, Virgo and Sag, are going to find that aspect very, very challenging as well. So get your footing and try not to argue with yourself or beat yourself up. Get a routine. It will save your butt this month.
As you do.
Okay.
Who we got now?
Cass.
You.
Doodly-boo. This one here.
She's a Leo
Cass.
too.
Temptations abound. Right. Talk about releasing. You notice the nooses around their neck are big enough she could slip them right off. He could slip them right off. So I think for you, this is about temptation and perspective, and maybe taking a giant leap forward.
She pulled the talking stick move.
Yeah.
wait until I got a mouthful of drink and then pass the stick. That's the way it goes. This, I don't know. I feel this card it's like, you know, fear is important, and sometimes it just controls us too much, because when most people, the first time they ever see this card, they jump out of the skin, you know, and it's instant fear, you know. Oh my God, the devil, Satan. Could it be Satan? But it's okay. This person is completely maligned. I mean, this actually is something for me coming into becoming incarnate, literally incarnate in flesh. Ba-doom. So as Lisa says, maybe pleasures of the flesh are something in here as well. But
I said that?
well, you said temptation.
Well,
Is that what you're referring to?
Doesn't necessarily mean
Who knows?
bad.
But it might.
It could be the temptation to spend money. It could be the temptation to do almost anything. It doesn't have to be physical.
But it might. No, listen.
He's annoying me today.
I annoy her every day, in case you weren't. It's just, anyway, I don't know. I think there's more to this card than meets the eye. There's more to what's going on than necessarily meets the eye. It's all good though. There is nothing here that is bad. So yeah. Take
the noose off. Have some fun.
Go for it.
You're first for Nicole.
Okay, Nicole. And speaking of, the Hierophant. Oh, lessons we must learn. But for me, it's interesting. You take the word hiero, and that's the basis of hieroglyphics as well. That which is hidden, that which is secluded, that which is secret in many ways. And then you take the fant bit, which is to exalt or to show off or to honor in some way. So the Hierophant actually honors the secrecy of the secrets, but by the same token is giving it all away. It's all visible in plain sight if you just look there. So yeah, it's interesting here. I think whenever the Hierophant jumps up in a reading, we are being asked to learn something, and these can be the most monumental lessons of our life. They can be literally life-changing stuff, and I think, ask yourself, what lesson is it that I need to learn here?
My reading for you for this card is to be your own hero. Right? Be your own hero, or in this case, heroine. So, you've got to take the reins, you've got to take the driver's seat, you've got to be the person who speaks for you, who decides for you, who sets routine for you. This new moon, I think, is very, very special for you to set an intention.
Mm-hmm. And moving on.
I have Carol.
Oh, hello, Carol.
The Virgo.
Yeah. Leo, did you see me?
Unexpected windfall.
Oh, that'll do.
Either an insurance payout or a refund for something. or just some sort of comfort coming financially. I think this is going to be a really good month for you.
And I don't know, but I'm getting this. The message I've got is one like, if you slow down a little bit, you'll be able to do more. Where am I getting this from? These foxgloves here. Although some argue they're lilies, to me they're foxgloves. So Yabu sucks, everybody. But foxglove, Latin name digitalis, from which we produce something called digoxin. You would know about that, Carol, from your former training, young lady. So remember, digoxin is a heart tonic which actually slows the heart but makes it beat more fully. And I have to now swipe that over there without trying to burn my arm. I'm sorry. It's so annoying, the talk and tick. There we go. So yeah, as somebody with a very low ejection fraction, it can be really helpful. But obviously too much of it can be toxic. So it's everything in the right measure here. And I think don't try to do too much. But if you slow up, I think you might be able to do an awful lot more and more effectively. And don't kind of beat up on yourself. This is a very, very positive card.
All right, you're first for Anne Marie.
Anne Marie. Oh, get on with it. Just bloody get on with it. There's so much untapped potential in this card. The ploughed field literally goes side to side, either side. It goes further than the eye meets. And yet here we are, you know, we've been sat there so long that we're starting to grow stuff in our helmet and on the horse's head, you know, rather than in the ploughed field. So just put spurs to horse and get on with it. That's all you need to do. Get on with it.
The knights are always messengers, and I feel like there's something you've been waiting and waiting and waiting to hear about that may have to do with financial issues or financial news that you are finally going to get an answer for, or news about that you can use to set your next intention.
So there you have it.
All right, I'm first for Jessica.
Jessica!
We still have quite a few to go here.
Oh God, Jessica said, yeah, I'm going fishing today. She's just bought a car. I had this vision like you get a huge pike and go for a zoom down the Delaware or whatever.
All right, Jessica, this is Archangel Raphael, God's healer. So I think that this is great potential for you personally for healing. I think that it's being in the right place at the right time for your business to offer healing to others. And this is also the Gemini card, so your words are going to be impactful. So be mindful of how you express yourself these next few days.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah. There is this, I don't know why, but there's always like, here's you, the enlightened one, you know, you want to know the ins and outs of everything, and here's somebody on your periphery who's perhaps not so enlightened. It's like, why'd you have to go eat the apple night? He's all now pissed at us and might be trees on fire. So try to be kind, even in the face of complete idiocy and ignorance, you know. Just try to be kind, because words are like weapons as well, you know. Sometimes you can let something go and you can't take it back. So be kind, but it is a fantastic card. This is very much healing and coming together, and of course your whole focus is on that, and more power to your elbow, and enjoy your fishing trip.
All right, you're first for Peggy.
Peggy, all right. Hello. Here we oh mate. You know, worry is manifestation in reverse, Peggy. Nag. It's like you map a route to exactly where you don't want to be. It's like, oh no, and then, you know, no. Okay, stop fretting about it. Write something positive down before you go to sleep as well on a pad, so you can look at it, and it's going to take you, that positive thought you will take to other with you, okay? I can't emphasize that enough, because I think this is actually disturbing your sleep and you're getting yourself in a 2 and 8. So you know, create corrective action, focus on what you want, plan a route to where you want to go, not what you don't want.
All right. 9s are the culmination of a cycle. And if our sleep is interrupted and we don't get into that proper cycle, it is very, very hard for us to be well. So I'm going to say for this week to really pay attention to your sleep, to pay attention to dream time, right? Because that's what we're manifesting another. But also to try to adjust your routine so that you do get the proper amount of sleep. Maybe the type of person that has to do a million things, so you have to stay up till you get the millionth thing done. Try to give yourself a break, especially for this new moon, and get some proper rest. And yeah, stop worrying. Easier said than done, I'm sure.
Of course it is.
All right, I'm first.
I worry too much.
Savannah.
I worry that I worry too much.
Savannah, some really good news is coming. You're going to learn something that is going to allow things to flow much more naturally and help you to feel like you're back in touch with everything that's important for you to be in touch with.
This to me, Fish Boy here, is the uber creative one. What about your art? You might have overlooked that a little bit. Get back to your creativity, get back to your artistry, get back to your expression, you know? Because I really feel that is, it's, you know, sometimes we spend so much time just doing for everybody and everywhere, you know? But without art, Earth would just be, you know? So get back to your art, get back to your creativity, and allow the good stuff to flow.
She said she got the best news ever today. Does that mean you have a new grandbaby? And if so, run their chart, because what a wild chart they have. All right.
Nothing wrong with Leo.
You're first for Laura.
Laura, who got up late, but is going to have a fabulous day. And so you are. You know, this is the thing. Again, it's almost like your focus is on oh God, look, all the and loss and grief and things that have panned out badly, and you sort of staying on. But you're actually adored. You're adored. If you have the eyes to see, these are for you. Look, there's no conditions to that. This person's just giving you that beautiful flower and going, these are for you. Hey, these are for you. I want you to be happy. I want you to feel better.
And I didn't. It's a great chart. Yes, I did, and it's a great chart. Thank you for all the things I needed to hear. Sorry, didn't mean to say so much. We did talk about Lionsgate. I think you just came in after that, Juniper.
Yeah,
And
but it's
Savannah,
all
excellent card. Yes.
so
good.
yeah.
This is Laura's card now.
This is what I've just about finished. So, what are you gonna do? Yeah, it's okay. Accept the flowers. You know, it's okay to be happy. Don't focus on all the crap that it's past. You know, it's gone. It's done. You know, self-recrimination isn't helpful. You know, just move forwards and enjoy the flowers.
I think this is understanding something from a past life. I feel like maybe you needed to sleep a little more and have that dream, so you had information to use to understand or process something you feel has been dragging you down karmically. And I think that information is going to really help you release the old and move forward.
So there you go.
All right, card of the week.
Card of the week.
Who's
You're going
picking
first.
it? You
You're
want
going
me?
first. You've got it. You got it.
Card of the week. Bum-ba-da.
Speaking of getting the right amount of rest.
I'm going to say this is about restraint. Again, not just blurting out how you feel and possibly upsetting people, or not just fighting back without thinking about how to present your case.
Right.
So this is about pause, deep thinking, and manifesting what's gold for you in spite of the challenges, right? So fours are four elements, the energy of foundation. Build the strongest foundation you can to move forward so you don't end up being toppled.
Yep, and never pass up an opportunity to shut up. He said for somebody who likes to run off at the mouth. No, but seriously, sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. And this is evidently a knight, and in a very supplicant kind of
It's
way.
like fact check before you spew something.
Don't parrot something, and try not to watch Fox News. I had the grave misfortune of seeing a bit of it. My God, they spew hate, don't they?
Oh, God,
I
yeah.
wish that Fox News, it's hate, Fox hate. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of Fox, haha, there's
Well,
one
it's
there.
just because Fox News is speaking to their particular audience, and if that's not your,
And they thrive
if
on
you're not
hate,
part
maybe.
of that audience, then that is going to really jar you.
But-
So that's something you might want to pay attention to if it really jars you.
Oh, thank you, Skip.
No, but I'm telling you that we are in information overload right now.
That wasn't information. That
overload.
was pure opinion, and not very nice either. So anyway, be quiet, process, be still. Don't just blurt. Because that sometimes can make things a lot
I know
worse.
I'm going to have some. I shouldn't say I'm going to have difficulty because I'm speaking that into being, but I'm old now and very opinionated.
Well,
And,
we are a bit.
I think I'm going to get in trouble, so I have to really be mindful of my own advice and not not decapitate people with words.
Well, yeah, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. And sometimes the kindest thing is to say nothing.
And sometimes it's really frustrating.
Which way around these go? There you go. All right.
All right, guys.
Thank
have
you.
a great week.
I have to go pull wicks now. 'Cause I've
Manifest
been making
something
candles.
wonderful for yourselves.
Yes.
And be mindful of not giving into the struggle.
Indeed. All right.
Oh, bottom card.
Hey.
Things are going to move faster than we can manage.
That's another house on the hill with the river running past.
All right.
Here's a house on the hill with the river running
All
past.
right. Thank you guys very much.
We're off.
See you soon. Blessed
See you
be.
later.
Peace.
Take care. And have a wonderful day, everybody on the Tube of You. See you next week. Okay. 44 views.